What's up, horror fam?
You know what time it is.
It's Halloween special time.
Let's get into this.
All right, guys. We are, welcome to the Horror Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me, as always, my co-host, JT.
What's up, everybody?
And the ever-so-lovely bearded wonder, Bradley Wells.
Howdy, howdy.
You won't be bearded for long.
We have a special guest in the house. One of Bradley's buddies we just met.
His name is Timmy Weber.
Timmy! What's up, Tim?
So, guys, like you heard, this is our Halloween special.
Not Christmas.
It's an inside joke. You'll never know about it.
You'll never see that
Unless
shit.
you follow our OnlyFans account where we put the extra content.
Soon to come. But, everyone. Anyways, no, we usually do a little bit of business in the front, but since this is a Halloween special, we're kind of just going to get into things, you know what I'm talking about? We decided this year, I think we're just going to tell some stories about our, favorite Halloween stories, what got us into Halloween, some of the shit we remember, some of the stupid shit we did when we were on Halloween, fun stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Some of the pranks, maybe.
Oh, yeah, there's a ton of stuff. So, who wants to pop this off? I know I got a lot of stories to tell. But,
Yeah. Well, Halloween for me has always been that time of the year, that wonderment, that creepiness, that, everybody, when you were a kid, you couldn't wait for Halloween to come around and get your scare on,
Well, I think people putting their masks on is kind of a true form of who they really are, because most people are monsters.
Hey, and it goes right along with 2020. Wear your fucking mask.
Yeah,
fuck that.
no
I
doubt.
never wear a mask. I never wear a damn mask. Fuck 'em. But
It's pretty
anyways,
funny.
guys,
2020 is the scariest thing we've seen all year.
I don't know. You haven't seen some of my exes.
ooh, that would
Whoa.
have been that would have been such a great lead up for one of our for a read for something we're gonna talk about later.
Yeah.
I guess
talk
since
about
it's Halloween, we should call them axes.
Axes. Oh.
All right, well, Timmy, you first of all, since your first time on the show here, you into creepy shit, paranormal, any of that shit?
Oh yeah, I've seen plenty of weird shit in my day.
Nice.
Sweet.
Nice.
You should
Sweet.
see some of his exes, too.
Yeah, I got some real good.
axes?
I got some real good battle axes.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So
I could probably tell you about one of my probably earliest experiences of being creeped out. Halloween
yeah.
scare.
Oh, hell yeah, for sure. Go ahead,
For
bud.
sure on that one. I was probably, I don't know, right around 15 or so. My cousins came over and picked me up. We all hop in this old jalopy they had. There were like seven
is it
of
a
us in
medium
this car.
jalopy?
And we head out to go haunted housing and stuff. So we're riding around checking out stuff, and we're on the gravel road, and we get down by my grandparents' house, and there's this cemetery. So it comes to a bet, let's see if we can go in this cemetery. Because it'll be awesome, we'll go in there and scare each other, whatever. So we no sooner than we get up to the cemetery, and the gate's locked. So we got to hop the fence to get in there. So we hop the
already
fence.
breaking the law.
We get in there, and we're walking through this graveyard. We get right up to the first grave, and two coyotes howl right in the middle of the graveyard, right in front of us. Scare the shit out of everybody. We run, jump the fence, and jump back in the car. Never have I ever walked back in that cemetery again. But it was
I don't
wild.
blame you. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of. What's crazy is now that I think about it, there's only like one time I can remember going into a cemetery on Halloween. I spent a lot of time in cemeteries in my day, ghost hunting and stuff like that, and so I really don't find it as creepy anymore.
Yeah.
Now, when I was younger and I was doing ghost hunts and stuff like that, it was kind of creepy. But as I got older and started, feeling that it was, what's cool about a graveyard is that you have a good chance of actually seeing something there.
Yeah.
Which is really weird, because of all places for a ghost to hang out, why would they want to hang out in a graveyard? But they do. I mean, they do. It's
ahead.
been proven numerous times.
I'm a little different on the cemetery thing. I don't mind going in there, getting permission, all that nonsense. But whenever I go into a cemetery, I want to make it known that, hey, I'm not here to bother the people that are resting, you know. So I'm trying to, like, I'm not saying anybody else is being disrespectful, but I'm also trying to show respect in my own little way.
Oh, 100%.
You know, just not bothering those people unless that is a hot spot for sure. Like Newburgh Cemetery.
Yes, I've got plenty of shit from there.
Goatman's Grave.
But like a random cemetery I drive by, I've spent a lot of time in a cemetery anyway, just, you know, during the day, unfortunately. So I try not to spend too much time in there anyway. But I do have an idea, though.
Wait. Why do you spend a lot of time in a cemetery during the day?
Well, whenever you have a lot of friends, you tend to have some of them end up dying.
Yep, I've been in plenty.
Gotcha.
And I've been involved with a lot of funerals, and I just don't like the cemetery aspect, you know, because they are there at their final resting place. And unless it's like a very good hot spot to where you're going there for a reason, you're not trekking over graves and stuff like that. Like, not just you in particular, me. Like, I know it's not disrespectful. It's there to memorialize them, but I don't necessarily see me having as much business being in there.
Right.
But I have thought about something, like the whole cemetery thing. I was thinking one day maybe starting up, because there's a lot of clothes involved with funerals, correct? Like they bury their clothes.
Yeah.
Why don't we bury them naked and call it a skinetary?
Okay.
Probably because you'd be in there. It's 2020. You'd be in there fucking your exes.
Well,
Necro-Nancy.
I mean that, or we could just look at my backyard.
No, but, you know.
Yeah, you know, you talk about that. There are a lot of cemeteries around us that have some really cool stories behind them.
Yeah.
Goatman's Grave.
Oh,
for
yeah.
one.
And I'm not saying don't go in a cemetery. I'm just saying that we probably, like, whenever we start doing the show part of it, or start releasing the show part of it, more to come. Hint, hint.
YouTube.
But whenever we start releasing that, we do need to let the public know, hey, it's not every cemetery that has this hotspot. Don't just go desecrating these graves and walking over these graves to try to mean something.
You should never walk in a cemetery and desecrate a grave.
Of course. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah.
Everything that we're going to do by the book and legit. We know that, guys. But to answer not really a question, but a comment that JT had just made, and you were talking about how cemeteries are hot spots. The reason why I feel most cemeteries have stuff in them and hot spots is because that's some of the last places that soul has connection to the earth.
Well,
So, like,
there's
whether
a lot
it be
of energy there.
well, that's what I'm saying. Whether it be someone get married with a wedding ring on, so their body, their soul is attracted to that wedding. That's something that held them to this earth. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
some of their last things that hold you to the earth. Now others go back to their homes.
Well, yeah, but I think a cemetery is more where you'll find the unfinished business type of spirits.
Yeah,
because that's where they're laying. That's their home.
Their body's there.
Yes, that's their connection with the earth,
100%.
like what you were saying.
Yeah.
I think that's where you'll find more of the what was I? Oh, I just had it at the tip of my tongue.
My nuts?
The more unfinished business, the more.
You kind of mean towards like the open gate to purgatory?
Yeah, something like that. Something like the open gate to purgatory.
The middle between the hell and heaven, or whatever
like
you believe in.
the spots that you'll find most of the spirits trying to actually communicate, because they have unfinished business. They're trying to finish their business. You know,
I got you.
That's where I see a cemetery landing is you'll find the demons too, because I have heard of a bunch of demons there. Obviously, with the souls and it in like he said, I think it is kind of an open gate to purgatory.
Well, and I'll give you my thoughts on that. We talk about energy feeding all this stuff and all these hauntings and stuff. So why is there no better place than a cemetery where there is so much emotion going on?
Exactly.
From all these funerals, you know. I mean, I know that when my brother-in-law passed away, I cried like a baby at his gravesite. I mean, there's so much emotion involved in a funeral that why would that not emanate throughout the cemetery?
So maybe we should do a little bit of an experiment, and whenever they're
You want me to go to a cemetery and cry?
No, not necessarily, but at a cemetery where we know there's a hot spot, not just a random cemetery, but at a cemetery where we know there's a hot spot, kind of watch and see if there's a funeral going on that day, and the day, like the night after.
Oh, and take our microphones and start interviewing people.
Yes.
Hey, I know your
No,
I know your
the night
loved one
after-
just died.
Are you
but-
sad?
the night after that funeral, maybe try to see if there's a different reading than like a week after the funeral.
Yeah.
Right.
Or something
I got
like
you.
that.
I got
See
you.
if maybe there is a connection between the people's energies that are there, that are crying, that are sad, obviously.
Right.
You know,
Oh,
for,
yeah.
for very good reason.
And guys, this here is a good lead up to talking about kind of what we were gonna, with our YouTube page. We're gonna be doing some investigations coming up. We're gonna be doing a lot of things. Actually, we're getting ready to do an investigation coming up real soon, at Breezy's parents' house. So it's gonna be video and audio stuff loaded up onto YouTube fairly soon. So if you're not following us on YouTube, get over there, follow our YouTube page.
Yeah, for sure.
Because all this stuff is going to be getting put up on there. A lot of good shit to come down the belt. But getting back into this conversation, yeah, I mean, anywhere there's energy,
Oh, yeah.
there's going to be
Be it
stuff.
positive or negative.
Yeah.
Especially in spooky season.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, in Halloween, guys, this is our Halloween special, so we talk about this sometimes on the show about how creepy stuff, scary shit, Halloween, all this stuff is kind of supposed to be spooky, but for most people, it's actually some of the best time of their lives.
Right.
They have fun.
Halloween is supposed to be that time of the year where the veil is lifted
you
between
can dress
the living
like
and the
sluts.
dead.
That's what I was just getting ready to ask. Isn't that time of the year supposedly where the veil is either the thinnest or lifted or something like
Right.
that, and that's where they can walk among us, and that's why we wear a mask and all that. So everybody,
So you
that's-
hide from them.
Yeah, they don't know who's a person or who's one of them essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a
Yeah,
great
man.
point.
I mean, and it all leads into conversations about like mass think or group think. Will you does something manifest? Does something become real if enough people believe in it?
What do you guys think?
If enough people believe in something, COVID, does it become real?
Okay, we're gonna edit that out.
Yeah.
11 minutes.
That's quality fucking
That's
radio
gold
right there, baby.
Gold.
But does something become real if enough people fucking believe it? I think it does.
You're getting into mass hysteria.
Yeah, I believe you.
No, it doesn't have to be mass hysteria.
I
Group
believe
think?
you're in charge of your own universe, but I don't think you can create something out of nothing because matter is matter. You
Okay,
can't
check it out.
create or-
Check it out. Listen,
Energy cannot be created nor destroyed.
check it out, though.
Only in the laws of this universe.
Question.
Hey.
Yeah, I believe in dimensions. So,
Like the way you think.
so think about this. Let's say, and I've done this a million times before, so I know it's real because I've done it a fucking 1,000 times. Back in the
Million
day.
times, but he's done it 1,000.
1,000 million.
60% of the time, it works 90% of the time.
Hell yeah.
60% of times it works 100% of the time. No, but
Little anchor man for you.
let's say I get 3 or 4 people with me in a room somewhere. It's Halloween. We're 15 years old.
God damn, what I wouldn't give to be 15 years old.
Look, we ain't got time to go that fucking far back. Okay?
Probably about 60 years, huh?
Yeah, we were just inventing the wheel.
You'd give
But-
60 years to be 15 years old again, wouldn't you?
Pretty much.
But
God damn, I'm going to be 50 pretty soon. The
But,
fuck are you guys going to do when I
You've
turn
been 50 for 10 years in a row now.
yeah, we're getting
No,
tired
I
of
felt
this shit.
50 for 10 years in a row.
But no, let's say there's 5 or 6 of us, and we broke into this old house that's supposed to be haunted.
So this is a hypothetical?
Hypothetical. Listen, yeah,
Okay.
check it out. I've done this before though, so I know.
So it's a pretty detailed hypothetical.
Yeah, because it's been done.
All right, just making sure.
So, so I start telling stories about this place. I know in my head nothing's happened here. It's just bullshit. But I'm gonna tell some stories, freak someone out. I'm telling these stories. It's getting later. People are getting creeped out.
Nectar of the gods.
Everyone starts fucking getting scared, freaking out. Shit starts happening. Is it happening, or is it just our minds? We're all hearing and seeing the same things.
I think in some cases there's always an explanation, but sometimes that explanation is you can't explain it.
But my question is, if enough people believe something, can it fucking be can it be fucking...
That's a smaller scale of mass
Yes.
hysteria, I believe.
Absolutely.
I
It
believe...
depends, though. If stuff starts happening, are you going to believe it, or
That's my point. That
Because you started this.
you exactly. Now you're
So
seeing
now,
what I'm saying.
I say,
So if I
start
see
seeing
something-
but you started this, and now you're seeing it.
Exactly.
So now, do
exactly.
you believe it?
You're
It
saying my
depends on
point.
who it is. If Ryan sees something, we're all going to be like, oh, yeah, okay, maybe. If I see something, you guys are going to be like, oh, fuck, it's just JT.
No, but see, he's proven. You're kind of like proving my. You're seeing where I'm coming from. So if
This happened the other night.
okay, perfect. Perfect.
Last Thursday, we're hauling water for the event out at Backwoods Bash. We come out into one of these open fields, and now there is nothing out in this woods. Where you can see towards the woods, there's no house lights, no dusk and dawn lights, nothing. Bradley starts turning the truck around. All of a sudden, you can see like truck lights in the field. Mm-hmm. I looking around my truck, and I'm like, is somebody in the woods? Is there people here already? Because it's Thursday of the event, somebody might have been here.
Yeah.
And
You telling me you guys were seeing a ghost light?
He
We
gets
were.
out of the truck,
Holy shit.
and we both look at each other at the same time. I'm like, do you see the headlights in the field? He's like, okay, I did see the headlights in the field.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
And he thought I was joking with him because just inside the field, like 100 yards away from us, was the high lift with a window in it. So yeah, you could see a reflection, but this was way farther back and
Yeah.
way more to the right than
And
what
this
we were
was more
looking at.
luminescent.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, this was legitimately moving lights in the woods,
Like somebody was trail riding there, and there was nobody there but us.
and
Yeah,
him
'cause
and
you
I were the only ones that seen it out of 5 people.
You would
that
be
were there.
able to hear someone driving
yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Trust me. I do the haunt trail out there, and when you're out there, if there's no music playing and everybody's not riding, it's so fucking quiet. I could hear a fucking mouse fart. No shit. So you would be able to hear someone's driving
I
through
wish
the
I could
fucking
fart
fields.
right now. That'd be a good edit for this. Oh, there it is.
On demand.
There it is.
Talk about a mouse farting.
That smells like burnt rubber and Vaseline, dude. That
If I
smells
farted
tampered
on
with.
demand, I'd shit my pants.
No
That's
balls.
all right. You're allowed one a day.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you're allowed
one a week. One a
Unless-
week.
Shit a pants.
Unless you're older than 55, then you're allowed 2 a week.
Throw it up there. I'm gonna cut into this. Throw it up there. The Manscaped thing.
Oh,
You
no.
know-
Are we ready for that?
Well, you're talking about, you're talking about how it kind of sounded a little bit muffled. What wouldn't make it muffled? If I got rid of some of that fucking forestry down there.
yeah, it would. It
And
would.
you know what would help with that? Is a little something called Manscaped.
Yeah, yeah.
So what do guys call their best friends? Testies besties, of course.
Oh, testes besties.
Halloween is right around the corner, guys. And you don't want to spook someone with that scary bush of yours. Our friends over at Manscaped want to help you out. So, they're the #1 men's below-the-waist grooming, and they offer precision-engineered tools for your family jewels.
Hell yeah.
All right.
And we're talking about the Manscaped
3.0
3.0
lawnmower.
Lawnmower.
Go down there, clean your balls up,
Yes, sir.
let that fart glide right out of there.
And Ryan's wife has been telling me he needs to clean his balls up pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Yes. All I hear is...
And once Ryan's done with his balls,
And you don't have to
Bradley
st-
can use it on his chin.
You don't have
Done.
to. Hey, you don't have to stop there, guys. You can get the taint, everything. You want that?
Get it all.
Let it all hang out.
You can get the A hole and the B hole at the same time because it's the same hole.
Ooh, bam!
Bam.
There you go.
Manscaped.
Manscaped, guys.
Ask
Check
for it
them
by
out.
name. And
Use the promo
right
code.
now,
Go ahead, JT.
if you go to manscaped.com, you can use the horror code, or use the horror code, the promo code, HorrorFam, HorrorFam,
Horror Fam,
HorrorFam, and get 20% off.
20% off to keep them nuts clean. Come on.
Manscaped.com. Check them out.
Check
You
them out,
can get
guys.
20% off without taking 20% off your nuts.
Boom! Don't nick
nicks,
your nuts.
no cuts, no blood running down your leg.
No blood running down your nuts.
Get
No
ready
nicks.
to misbehave with a fresh shave.
That's
Hell
right.
yeah. And your wife will appreciate it.
So, guys, get over there to Manscaped. Check them out. Use the promo code HorrorFam, HorrorFam, and get yourself 20% off, guys. Check them out.
Hell yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway, so while we're talking about cemeteries, let's talk about some of the creepy shit that goes on in cemeteries. We've talked about it numerous times before. I'm going to mention Resurrection Mary. Resurrection Cemetery on Archer Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. Very creepy place. Check
it out.
That's a vanishing hitchhiker story where she will have you drive down Archer Avenue and she'll actually jump out in front of Resurrection Cemetery and disappear through the gates.
Yeah, just like a woman.
yeah, they all disappear.
Especially after you tell them you love them.
And then there's other places like Goatman's Grave here in Rolla.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a big episode on that. We're going to do a huge investigation on that. We got, some people. We got the hook up there. So we talked about it a million times on here.
I don't know if you guys have heard the story about the Catholic cemetery in St. James that is supposed to be haunted by a priest.
Is that big cemetery? It's right there in town there off of the main drag?
No, this is out away from town. I actually went there one day during lunch.
Check it out.
To check it out. And, of course, I was there during the day. There's all kinds of cemeteries. There's a lot of creepy stuff going on. We've got Elmwood Cemetery in Centralia, Illinois, that is haunted by Violent Annie. We've talked about that story numerous times. There's all kinds of them.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
They're super creepy.
Halloween, people!
I want to see a pet cemetery.
Oh.
And I don't mean like a cemetery full of pets,
in
because that is more
Little
sad
Ramones.
than a cemetery full of people. I'm more of a dog person than a people person, but I want to see a true pet cemetery where they come
when
up
we
like
get
that.
done with this episode, I'll take you down the hill.
Okay,
I've got a big one down there.
perfect. Do they still bark and stuff?
No.
Can they?
No, but I have seen some weird lights down there that are, I don't know. I can't explain.
Do you get a
here's the-
negative feeling when you go down there? Or?
No, it's really weird. I get a peaceful feeling when I go down there.
Got a peaceful feeling.
I have several dogs and several cats that are buried down there.
Well, I mean, with negative energy also comes positive energy, so maybe.
So, and they were very well loved. My wife and I have a lot of animals, and we take very good care of them.
Obviously.
JT breastfeeds them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would if I could. Unfortunately, we've lost a few, and they're all buried down at the bottom of the hill.
Yep.
What's really weird is once I started burying animals down there, the tree that's right beside the cemetery died. Can't explain that, but because they're buried far enough away from the tree that I shouldn't have disturbed it. But
Yeah, I mean,
but
unless
the
you're
tree
cutting
died.
roots, it's not going to disturb it anyway.
I mean, I don't know. I can't explain it.
So do you got any creepy stories you remember from Halloween's?
No, not necessarily.
Or do you ever
creepy
do much?
that stand out in Halloween? I'm more of the sit back and enjoy Halloween and do the creepy stuff, like the legitimate creepy stuff, whenever I'm not enjoying Halloween.
Yeah.
I legitimately enjoy Halloween. I enjoy everything about it.
I love this time of year, man.
Yeah,
You walk outside.
Oh,
when you get that, someone put up this thing. I shared it on Facebook. They put this thing up, said when you get that first breath of the fall air.
Yep.
Halloween season, I love that shit, dude.
We've had a lot of that here lately. It's been really cold the past week.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
I think that solar eclipse that we had not too long ago was a reset.
Yes.
Like
That solar eclipse was like 2 years ago.
yeah, I know, but
But there's another big one coming in 2027.
yeah.
I think it is. I am actually thinking about driving out to Carbondale,
And that's
Illinois.
if the meteor November 3rd doesn't hit us, right?
Yes. I'm actually thinking about driving out to Carbondale, Illinois, because they are supposed to have the longest time of totality during the eclipse.
Nice. Nice.
It was really cool. The last one, I'm big into astronomy. I watch,
And
the
that's for
sky a
another
lot.
podcast.
And
Yeah, enough about you. Let's talk about me.
yeah, so I watch the sky a lot. I'm really big into stars and planets.
Is this a fucking 1980s dating video?
what I
Pick me. I
So-
had my hair slicked back.
during the eclipse? I took
I'm
my
a Taurus.
I've got a big
Straight out of that
telescope.
country song. What's your name, girl? What's your sign?
So I've got a big telescope. I took it. I've got a huge telescope.
That's what they all like to hear.
Anyway, I took it to work that day, and I set it up in the back of the parking lot, and I had my camera set up to it to where anybody could walk by and look at my camera. and we watched the entire eclipse through my telescope.
Nice.
It worked really cool. So,
You got to bring that thing out to Bradley's because
I've got a huge
black
telescope.
out there.
it's fucking huge.
You need to come out to my house one time. I know you haven't done the haunted trail, but I think you need to come out one time on a new moon. You will be absolutely mesmerized. You will never want to leave.
Okay,
Yeah, oh, I'm sure.
we just lost half our viewers.
I really wanted to come out to the haunted trail this year. I couldn't find time.
Dude, it was
to
such a
do
fun
dude.
time. We had a blast, man. We
Yeah.
scared these shit out of
You'll
some
never want to leave, especially
But
when you check out
we're
my
gonna do
basement.
some talking after this episode, though, about some shit.
I can tell you what, as an
So I hear
experience
you
of the
got some
hunt,
ideas, and
Yep.
being out on the haunted trail, I still have no idea who was standing in the woods in pitch black and scared the shit out of me. So
It was probably me because I was completely painted black.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like you could not. I could
not
be
see
standing
you.
in
well,
the
Ryan
light.
was in blackface.
Yeah, and just so you know, it wasn't just his face.
It was my entire body. I was naked, running around, completely painted black.
Once
People-
again, his wife told
Well,
me
good
it was
thing you
his
used
entire body.
Manscaped.
Thank you, Manscaped, for helping me pull that one off.
wouldn't
no.
want to get your brush caught in the brush.
But yeah, dude, I scared the shit out of so many fucking people up there. It was, dude, it was a blast, man.
Next year,
yeah.
can you just put black clothes on instead of painting your whole body black?
I don't know what that was, but it was huge.
So,
It was your leg.
all right. So,
Forearm.
what's everybody's favorite part of Halloween?
Girls in slutty clothes.
The aura.
The
No,
aura.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
energy I get the
Tim?
whole time.
The adventure that all the weirdos can be normal that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what,
got you.
everybody's weird in their own way, but it seems like on Halloween, everybody's
You can
normal.
let your freak flag fly.
Nobody judges anything. Whatever you got on, you got on, and everybody's mask is the same. It seems like.
It's the only time Polaris guys can dress in drag and be called okay. Little inside joke between him
Oh
and I.
my god.
But
you
but
know-
no, for me, man, it's nostalgia. I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Back to this whole thing between me and him. The best thing Honda guys have is jokes.
yeah, I've seen the Snapchats.
Yeah.
I couldn't let him get away with one. I had to comment a little bit.
But yeah, guys, I mean, for me, nostalgia for Halloween. It's just growing up, I'm still into it. We talked about it a million fucking times on
Yeah.
this podcast. That's why we have this podcast. I'm into the fucking horror shit, creepy stuff. I like to think of that there's something else out there. There's other things coming from other fucking dimensions. There's something there, whatever it may be. But for me, it just brings me back to being a kid. As you get older, everyone knows as you get older, you have fucking a shit ton of responsibilities. You got so much shit you're taking care of. You have, kids possibly, multiple businesses. It's just tiring. But during the time of Halloween and that whole month of October, you kind of get that break
Yeah.
from fucking the monotony of the world. And some people will do that with Christmas. Some people do whatever. But for me, it's Halloween. I love this shit. I love it. I love everything about it, man.
I will decorate more for Halloween than I will for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've seen my yard.
Yeah, your yard was so immaculate. I drove right past it because I was like, "That's fucking neat," and oh shit, that's where we were supposed to go. Been here 1,000 times.
Yeah,
Just
I do
drove
a
right by it.
huge Halloween display every year, and every
Handmade.
year it gets a little bigger and a little bigger, and all that stuff you guys saw out there, I made all that by hand.
His hand pillar, them pillars, dude, that he made that are on the east side of the driveway are
Yeah.
fucking killer, dude.
And if you want
Thank
to
you.
check out his decorations, you see it on our Facebook page
Yeah.
here shortly.
Yeah,
yes,
for
100%, guys.
for sure.
about you?
Halloween for me is, like you said, it's all about nostalgia. I love everything about it. The creepiness of it, the pumpkin carving,
Everything fall.
Now,
Yeah.
I watch horror movies year round, 365 days a year, but I love how other people that aren't like us, that aren't normal, only watch horror movies during October because then they're all talking about these horror movies, and then finally I can relate with these people.
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people, and what's cool about it, too, is people ask you questions. Oh, so I know you're into this, so what should I watch? What should I do with
yeah.
this, or what should I do here? Something I'm really loving, and we'll talk about it more later, like you said, with Brad, is like with the Haunted Trail thing that where he does out there. By the way, at his mud park in Bell. What's the
Yeah,
address
hell yeah.
out there, Bradley?
133 Rock Bottom Lane, Bland, Missouri 65014.
Hell yeah.
even though it's a bland address, we are still in Bell.
Yes, very much so.
Nice.
Weird mailing address. Yeah.
But anyways, guys, it's a blast, and next year is going to be awesome because there's going to be some big changes. We scared the shit out of some people this year.
No, you literally scared the piss out of somebody this year.
I fucking
You
love
scared
it.
me, and I wasn't even there.
Dude, I seen so many people just fucking jump, man. It was great. I loved it, man. It was
The little girl yelling "mommy" when everybody was going by was by far the creepiest thing.
there you go, Haley
hell
girl.
yeah. Hell
That
yeah.
is one of my
rolling down the woods, and all of a sudden she starts walking. They're walking in front of you, and it's like, oh man, that's kind of spooky. And then all of a sudden you get next to him, and she starts screaming "mommy" at the top of her lungs. In a child's voice. It's like, oh my god, made my hair stand.
Yeah, she that is Breezy, one of our co-hosts. That's her niece. And that was her sister that was with her.
I do want to get on record and say I appreciate you guys doing that. You
dude.
guys were awesome. Everybody loved it, and I feel confident in saying that we put on, not just me, not him, not
Oh,
you,
yeah, yeah.
we
Yeah.
all put
Oh, yeah.
on the scariest haunted trail I have ever heard of.
That's awesome.
Ever heard of.
and it's just gonna get better.
I've been in talks with my buddy who is Dexter, the clown.
Dexter the Clown.
He wants to come out and be a part of this.
I want him to be a part of it.
This year, he had some prior commitments and couldn't make it out there.
Obviously.
Oh, we'll talk about this.
But we did talk about it.
It's gonna be. I got plans for a whole section.
It's funny. When I was a teenager, I worked in a haunted house for a while, a couple of years.
Back in the 20s?
Back in the 20s.
Back in the 20s.
Do you know when the haunted houses started?
I do not.
1800s.
1800s.
1886.
Is that because
what
you
comes to mind.
invented the first one, being as old as you are, or
That's when I invented the first haunted house.
Boom, yeah.
Nice.
Booyah.
And that was when your girlfriend at the time walked into your house while you were still trying to manscape your nuts with a sickle?
Yes. I don't do that.
That
Back in the day.
was the lawnmower .01.
Yeah, something like that. But I worked for JC's Haunted House in Arnold, Missouri, and I totally get what you're talking about scaring the piss out of people.
Yeah, dude,
No,
I
he
love it.
literally scared the piss out of them.
I
love it.
literally scared the piss out of a few people.
That's awesome.
And it was funny because the role I was playing, I didn't have to do much. I just had to stand there.
Perfect for you.
Exactly. Where I was located in the haunted house, I was in a corner where when they would come around the corner, there was a scene in front of them that these people would scare them against the wall, and then they would be scooting down the wall trying to get away from them, and they would run right into me.
Oh hell yeah, that's badass.
And it just worked out perfect. I can't tell you how many people pissed their pants.
I'm not gonna.
As soon as they would reach out and they would touch me and be like,
Reach
wait a
out
minute.
and touch
Oh,
me."
shit.
Dun, dun. Oh. No, talking like you just said, I'm not gonna give up my position I was in on this trail because it's perfect and we're gonna use it again.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. You're not going to... I went through it twice trying to get everything set up, and he thought I was one of the customers going through. He scared the piss out of me twice. And I knew where he was.
So, but anyways, man, like,
that's fucking awesome.
It's just, there's nothing better, man, than to see fucking grown ass men. I remember one guy was
Scaring the
driving.
shit out of
one
people.
There was a group of four. There was a group of four going past, and like where I was at was perfect. They had to slow down where I was at, so they almost had to come to a stop where I was at. So like, one dude, there was a group of four. And they were all there's two guys in the back, and I scared this dude almost jumped out of the fucking vehicle. His buddy was like, "You're my new favorite fucking person." I just heard him screaming that, and like he's like, "That was fucking." He's like, "That motherfucker! I don't even know where he's at." He was looking for me. He was looking for me, dude. They couldn't even see me.
There and
Anyway,
gone.
Like, gone.
Last
Oh, yeah.
year, you were dressed up as the Wolfman.
Yes.
And you scared a couple of our customers that are repeat customers. They come back every time. They're friends. I don't want to say customers. They are friends. They're legitimate friends.
Is that Tammy?
Tim and Tammy.
Tim
Yep.
and Tammy.
Tim
yep.
and Tammy.
Yep.
Yep. I don't know if you heard them this time or not, but Wolfman was like the costume you had last year.
That was my wife.
Okay. She was just before where we were posted up.
Yes.
And whenever whenever they drove up, Tim and Tammy, whenever they drove up, she jumped out and went, "Roar!" And the next thing I heard, like I'm over here trying to play a dead person, right? Like their lights are legitimately shining on me and Scott, the two people that were playing dead. And all I hear is, "Son of a bitch, the Wolfman again!"
You know what's cool about that is that spot I put her in. I walked everybody through the trail.
Yeah.
The spot I put her in is the same spot I did the very first year.
That's awesome.
When I was the only one that dressed, because we were kind of just threw it together, last minute.
Yeah.
You're like, man, could you help me? I'm like, fuck yeah, I got an idea.
Fuck yeah.
So I was the perfect fucking spot, and I scared the piss out of your mom.
Oh, yeah.
Same exact spot, but it was like a couple of years later, so it was a fresh, no one really knew. And then the way they had that camper set up, I'm like, oh, dude, this is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're distracted by what's over here and not seeing what the fuck is over here.
We had a big fire going and everything.
Dude, it was just, I mean, and with the little bit that we did so much.
So much.
There
was another haunted trail ride, and this is why I feel confident saying we were
At the park?
in Bell. Yes.
Yeah.
There was another haunted trail ride, and if we were the only haunted trail ride that I've ever heard of, I wouldn't say we're the best. I would probably joke about it. But
Yeah.
I have heard of a couple more, and the other haunted trail ride was awesome from what I heard. They had a great turnout. It was for a great cause, and I'm so happy that went over well.
Awesome.
But there were some people that went to both, and they said that the way we had it set up with how you guys were, it was just awesome. It was just awesome.
Yeah, it's.
I need to get in on that.
Oh, we got plans, and we're gonna work next year, guys.
We're gonna tell you guys about some shit coming up here.
It's gonna be awesome. So,
it's
just a blast, man, and that's my thing. Like, I love scaring the shit out of people. I do it all year long.
He scares me every time he
and
walks in the door.
next year, I think if I can talk to the owners good enough, we might call it the Backwoods Bash Horror Chronicles podcast Haunted Trail.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. We got some cool stuff coming along, guys. And that's just one of the many things we're going to be doing. It's
Yeah. We've got some cool shit coming up, guys.
it's going to be great. But back to some Halloween shit, man. I got to tell you, everybody's done the fucking TPing and all that shit.
I haven't.
I
Really?
never did that.
I was always expecting something like COVID, so I saved my TP. Never
wanted
TP'd.
it.
Good call, man. Good
I
call.
was never one to vandalize. I didn't like vandalism.
I wasn't either,
because
man.
I was
never did
always
that
the
either.
type of person that if I did something funny that kind of destructed property a little bit, I would go back and fix it. And I didn't feel like taking toilet paper
I never
out of trees.
did, the egging houses or anything. Now, there may have been some poo in a flaming bag on a porch.
I never egged somebody's house, but I
Couple
dumped
times,
shit all over it.
They got the flaming boo bag.
Don't stomp on it. Call the fire department. This one's out of control. it's funny because we always fucking did shit to our best friend. I grew up with some guys that I've known for the last 25 years, and we always fucking TP'd their fucking parents' house, and they were with us.
We should do that this year. We should go TP their parents.
Yeah. But, no, I remember one year,
It's
dude.
nostalgic. You already said that's your favorite part.
Yeah.
I remember one year I had me and my buddy had eggs, but we were egging each other and other people, not houses. But anyways, the cop pulled up to us, and he's like, what are you guys doing? We were camoed out.
We're egging houses.
Shit.
That's what
And
we're
we're like,
Minding our own fucking business, officer.
Yeah.
Mind your own goddamn business.
How can you see me right now?
We're minding our own business.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate form of.
You tell the cop. Mind your own fucking business.
No. If you're going to do it that way, whenever they ask what you're doing, you say, "Oh, we didn't tell you." Well, no, must be none of your fucking business.
This is need to know, son. No, but he pulled us over on the sidewalk. We're walking around, and he's like, "What are you boys doing?" Him and his partner. I'm like, "Just Halloween. We're trick or treating." And they're like, "Where's your
Trick-or-treat, motherfucker."
Where's your candy bags at?"
How many times did you walk up to a house and be like, trick or treat?
Well, what
motherfucker?
happened was, I'm like, they're like, "Where's your candy bags at?" I'm like, "Oh, we're using our pockets." He's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "What? This pocket right here?" And he smacks the fucking pocket that I have.
Oh, no.
Just smashes eggs all over the fucking. He's like, "That pocket?" He's like, "Where's it? This one?" Smash the other one. I'm like, motherfucker.
Mother, my peanut
like,
butter cup was in there.
Those chocolates were eggs, son of a bitch.
Those fuckers lied to
They
me.
got me again.
But yeah, it was funny because the cop smashed all the fucking eggs all over us. Like, you guys got any more? We're like, no. He's like, good. Have a good night. I'm like, motherfucker.
You didn't check my rectum, sir.
Yeah.
I shoot him out of there. and with Manscaped, they come out a lot faster and a lot harder.
Yeah.
Zero.
But they're not as clean when they come out because they don't have the brush effect on it.
Fuck. That's
Oh,
perfect.
good Lord.
But no, man, I didn't do that a whole lot. I did that for maybe a couple years. We did that, and that's just because we were fucking bored with the most of the
Yeah.
shit. But I always did love watching horror movies and going out
Absolutely.
and just the feeling of the
Absolutely.
air, man. I love hoodie weather, as we call it. around
I
these
tell you,
parts.
Hoodie weather. I'm actually rocking the hoodie vest.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like
hell
it.
yeah.
The new style, the Horror Chronicles hoodie vest.
Hoodie vest.
We're going to talk to T-Publix, maybe get something going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I love everything about Halloween, man.
The sleigh.
Everything.
Girls dressed up like
You know, the pumpkin carving, the decorating your house. Well, of course, I love decorating.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have seen my yard. Just the trick-or-treaters, the kids coming up in their costumes and giving them candy. And I don't know, man.
it just breaks up the fucking monotony of the
I
world.
love
for me.
everything about Halloween.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
Now, we're probably going to have an edit at 4139. But do you know how to spot a pedophile on Halloween?
Oh Jesus!
Oh, Lord.
They've got the brightest fucking porch light you've ever seen.
Oh, shit. Well, that's fucked up because I've got one that flashes.
Says kids, free candy.
I always thought.
Hey, by the way, if you guys know anybody that's got a hearse, I could really use one out there in the cemetery.
I actually, he probably doesn't have it now, but I used to be really good friends with a guy that he drove nothing but hearses. He bought nothing but hearses to drive around. And I think he had a CD stuck in the stereo that he put in there that was nothing but like the hardest
Black
graveyard
Sabbath.
music you've ever like. If a skull had theme music, it would be this theme music, you know?
If this guy was singing something,
Oh, it's probably Taylor Swift.
oh Jeebus,
But anyway,
Possibly.
that is horrifying. But yeah, guys, you know, everybody loves. I mean, realistically, you talk most people. I'm gonna say 90% of the people in the U.S. love Halloween. I met
Yeah.
a few people who are like, I get too scared.
Halloween
Like,
is big business in the U.S. Well, actually, all over the world now.
yeah,
you know.
it's just a good time. Like he said, like Tim said earlier, you know, it's a time when people can just do what they want to do and fucking have a good time and not worry about any of the bullshit. you know?
It's a time for some people to truly be who they truly are.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Can I tell a story?
No, not on this podcast.
All right.
Please
So
don't.
no more stories. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Peace out. Do you guys know where jack-o'-lanterns come from?
Yeah, we did a whole episode on it.
We did.
I have heard the story about jack-o'-lanterns, but I have drank a lot since then, so
Well, let me enlighten you.
I'm ready to be enlightened.
So, the whole jack-o'-lantern thing, you know, people carve jack-o'-lanterns every year for Halloween. The story behind a jack-o'-lantern on why you carve them was because of a man. His name was Jack. Oh my
Mehoff?
God.
O-lantern?
No, his name wasn't Jack o' Lantern. Wow, my God, I can't believe I forgot the guy's name. But anyway,
Story's over.
the story's over. Have a good night, folks.
You're forgetting we have these things called a smartphone.
So anyway, there was this guy. His name was Jack, and he was a prankster. He loved to play jokes on people and everything. He ended up getting in a conversation with the devil, and he tricked the devil into climbing a tree. Once the devil climbed this tree, Jack planted a bunch of crosses underneath the tree so the devil couldn't get down. So years later, Jack dies, and they won't accept him into heaven, so they send him to hell. Well, the devil, knowing the trick that he played on him, he doesn't want him either. So what he does is he tells Jack, I don't want you here. The devil scoops up a lump of coal and hands it to Jack and basically curses him to walk the earth in limbo for all of eternity. So Jack can't hold on to this lump of coal. So he takes a turnip and he carves out the front of it and he throws the lump of coal in this turnip, and that's what he carries around. So it, in turn, becomes a lantern. So years later, you've got Jack carrying this turnip with a lump of coal throughout purgatory for eternity. So the Irish come up with the idea of they're going to carve turnips and light them with candles in representation of Jack.
So he can roam freely
Jack
without...
Sparring, I think was his name.
That sounds right.
So the Irish actually started this
Hence
over
the
in Europe.
lantern.
You're
And
welcome.
they would carve turnips and they would light them with a candle.
They've got those fucking leprechauns too. They've got
It's a leprechaun. I'm the leprechaun.
But anyway, once that made it over to the New World, which was the United States, we decided a turnip was not big enough, not grand enough.
America.
So we started using pumpkins. They started using a gourd.
People's stomachs.
They would carve out the gourd, they would light it with a lump of coal, and they would put it outside on their porch to ward off evil spirits. Ward off your nuts.
Yes.
Nice.
With Manscaped.
That's a really quick
Yeah, I
story
didn't-
about the origin of the jack-o'-lantern.
which is actually more in depth than what I've heard before. So that's
Yeah,
learned
man.
something today.
We did a whole fucking episode on that. Really?
I wasn't here for that one.
I know you
I
should.
am-
You gotta listen
you know-
to our shit, asshole.
I have
Why?
been fascinated with Halloween since I was a little kid. You know, when I was very young, I was scared to death of it. As I've grown up, I've grown a fascination for it. And I've just read a lot of shit about Halloween.
You didn't read.
Don't you?
Okay, I watched a YouTube video.
But yeah, guys, I love Halloween. I love this time of the year. As a matter of fact, I love it so much that I'm going to get the fuck off of here and talk some more about some of the plans we have for next year for the Haunted Trail Ride.
Come on, people, please. Let your kids go out and trick-or-treat. I know
also-
we're in the middle of a pandemic right now, but, you know, if we can go to McDonald's...
As long as they're wearing their
get
masks, they
get a
should be
quarter
fine.
pounder, you know, let your kids go out and trick-or-treat. Let them have a good time.
Let them be kids.
Let them be kids, exactly.
Yeah, let them egg your house and TP your shit.
No. Let them
be kids.
Let them get peanut butter cups and juju beads and whatever.
Apples with
Now-laters,
razor blades
you
in
know.
them.
And I do want to
razor
make something
blades and
clear.
apples.
Do not worry about your kids getting edibles. I know this is a big thing right now,
It
especially
is.
since it's
It
been
is.
legalized. No motherfucker is giving edibles to kids.
Fuck
I'm
no,
not
we
paying
want 'em
that
for
much for a
ourselves.
gummy bear to watch a kid walk off with my edibles. I'm just saying.
fuck
Do not
no.
worry about edibles. Nobody's putting edibles in your kid's shit.
We want that shit for ourselves.
That's right. That's right, guys. That's right.
So,
But yeah,
yeah, have a good time.
have
It's
a good time,
Halloween.
guys.
This is the greatest time of the year, man.
Enjoy it. Bradley, do you want to give a shout out to where they can find you with your new stuff you got going on at the park and all that jazz?
Backwoods Bash Off-Road Park LLC, Snapchat Best Off-Road Park. Other than that, we've got a lot of other stuff going on with that, but that's a different time and a different place. I personally want to hear about everybody else's experiences. So if you guys want to get on Facebook and either send us a short video,
Shit us a video.
Shit us a short video. It does not matter where it comes from. If you
Hey,
guys
if they
want to,
manscape, it won't be a problem.
yeah, if you guys want to share some of your favorite Halloween stories, send it to us on Facebook or Instagram or however you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
How do you guys have that
Horror
set up?
Chronicles podcast on everything. Yeah, you'll
Yeah,
find
yeah,
us.
yeah.
Facebook. Our Facebook is very important.
Send us some messages. Horror Chronicles Podcast at gmail.com.
Yep.
Get
And
on
if they
Facebook.
stick out-
We're everywhere. Instagram. You can find us on every, and I mean absolutely every podcast provider. Just get on there and let's start a conversation.
And if your story sticks out, it's highly possible that we'll tell it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
if you want us to tell it and you don't want your name to be mentioned, make sure you mention anonymous on there.
Yep. And
Yep, and Ryan will fuck that up and say your name anyway.
I will find out.
This is anonymous Ryan.
I will find out where you live and put your address on there. No,
This
guys.
is anonymous from Becky in Newburgh.
In
No.
Cleveland, Ohio.
4725.
Says she hates her boss.
No, guys, give us go over to Facebook page, check us out. Big shout out to Manscaped for supporting
sponsoring us.
and
Yeah, hell yeah.
we're gonna be testing out some of their product very, very soon. So I will be putting pictures up before and afters.
Oh, shit.
Once again on our OnlyFans account.
Like we said, guys, big or small things coming in the making.
Yeah.
It'll look a little bigger at the end. Don't worry.
And look out for next year. There's some big shit coming up for the
We're gonna be
Horror
doing a lot.
Chronicles.
We're gonna be doing a lot of things, guys. Happy Halloween to everybody.
Absolutely.
You guys have a blast.
Have a safe, happy Halloween, and do not be worried about edibles.
Yes. Anyways,
Bradley's
guys,
eating them all.
we love you. Thank you for your support. And as always, until next time,
Keep it creepy.